Going into a McDonald's back in the day was like taking a jolly walk around the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, especially when you got the famous Happy Meal. But the best part was the toys that came with it. Remember the days of tiny Beanie Babies and those sleek Matchbox cars? Yeah, those were indeed some good times. But let's not forget those not-so-stellar moments in Happy Meal toy history. Some were just plain creepy, and others, well, let's just say they were downright disappointing to say the least. And number 1 on this list is literally the most disappointing. Number 10. The Happy Meal Bedtime Collection. Can you believe someone actually thought toothpaste could pass as a toy? Nope, not kidding. And don't even think about calling us Shirley. It's true though, some misguided genius out there decided bedtime routines needed a little bit more fun. But let's face it, bedtime is only fun for parents once the kids are finally knocked out. So let's say you're a kid, getting ready for the night, and instead of reaching for your favorite action figure or stuffed animal, you're greeted by a toothbrush, a tiny tube of Crest, a cup, a foam wash mitt, and a glow-in-the-dark Ronald McDonald figurine. Seriously? That's like getting socks for your birthday. The Taco even named this bedtime collection one of the worst things from the 90s. And let's be real, who in their right mind would get excited about a toothbrush or a cup? Maybe the glow-in-the-dark Ronald could double as a nightlight, but even then, it's more creepy than cool. Number 9. Step-It Tracker. Remember the hype around those Happy Meal step trackers? Yeah, that was a total flop from the get-go. Who in their right mind thought kids would be thrilled to get a mini pedometer alongside with their fries and nuggets? It's like wanting a magic wand and getting a stick instead. But it gets better, or worse. Not only did these wristbands fail to make kids restless with joy, but they also caused a whole lot of skin trouble. People were itching and scratching, and some unlucky ones even got blisters. That's one very disappointing Happy Meal toy. But trust me, it gets worse. Number 8. The McNugget Buddies. Imagine being a kid, eagerly tearing open your Happy Meal box while your mouth is watering in anticipation of those crispy chicken nuggets. But instead of finding delicious bites of breaded chicken goodness, you're greeted by chicken nuggets with faces. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for giving food personalities. It's why I named my sandwich Sammy as a kid. But there's something unsettling about seeing your food staring back at you. They were more creepy than cute. With their vacant stares and weird smiles, it's like they were trying too hard to be friendly, but instead they just ended up looking like they were plotting something sinister. And the saddest part of all was that these poor McNugget buddies lacked the one thing that makes chicken nuggets truly great, the taste. Sure, they looked like nuggets, but they were nothing more than hollow plastic shells. A true horror. Number 7. McDonald's Changeables. Those quirky little toys always tried to combine two of life's greatest joys, food and robots. I don't know about you, but when I think of McDonald's, I don't usually picture a cheeseburger turning into a transformer, but that's exactly what the Changeables tried to do. The concept of toys that turn into something else sounds pretty cool, right? Who wouldn't want a cheeseburger that transforms into a robot? Well, as it turns out, quite a few people. The problem with the Changeables wasn't just that they were odd, it was that they were confusing. Imagine as a kid, you eagerly open your Happy Meal, and instead of finding a toy you can immediately play with, you're greeted with what looks like a chicken nugget with wheels. Huh? But perhaps the saddest part about the McNuggets Changeables was the missed potential. With a bit more thought and creativity, they could have been an instant hit, and not made the list of the saddest Happy Meal toys. A better detailed transforming instruction manual would be nice. Number 6. Simba's Pride. McDonald's really went for it with this one, didn't they? Imagine watching The Lion King, feeling all inspired and ready to relive the magic with a Happy Meal, only to find yourself staring at a grease-stained Timon. It's not exactly the Hakuna Matata moment you were hoping for. Now, let's talk about these plushies in the real world. If you've seen the movie, you know those characters had some serious facial games. But what did we get in our Happy Meals? Poor Timon looked like he had seen better days. Rafiki had a flatter face than a pancake. And Nala? Well, let's just say she bore a striking resemblance to someone's pet dog. Number 5. Nickelodeon Game Gadgets. Remember the glory days of Nickelodeon? Ah, those were the times. Rugrats, Doug, Hey Arnold, all that. The list goes on. And let's not forget those sleepovers with friends, binge watching our favorite shows until the wee hours of the morning. Good times indeed. But McDonald's really did us dirty with their Nickelodeon toys. Applause pause? What were we supposed to do with those? Clap for our own disappointment? And don't get me started on Loudmouth Mike. Sure, it let us express our frustrations, but did anyone really want to hear a chorus of kids groaning about their subpar toys? And then there was the Gotcha Gusher Squirter. Ah yes, because nothing says fun like using a sad excuse for a water gun to unleash our pent-up resentment in a backyard squabble. Number 4. Barbie Happy Meal toys. In 1991, McDonald's decided to give Barbie a makeover. And boy, was it a makeover gone wrong. McDonald's handed out these plastic blocks with painted-on features instead of the glamorous, hair-flipping, fashion-forward Barbie we all knew and loved. It was like trying to play with a mannequin from a department store window. Sure, they gave it their best shot, but let's be real here. Barbie without flowing locks and bendable limbs is like a burger without a bun. Just not right. I mean, who wants to play with a doll that can't even bend their arms to wave hello? Thankfully, McDonald's eventually got the memo. In 1993, they finally gave Barbie the makeover she deserved, complete with luscious locks you could actually brush and outfits that didn't look like they were painted on. It was finally a sigh of relief, and we could now try to sweep those first 2 years under the rug. Number 3. Little Tamagotchi Keychain. The famous Tamagotchi reign of 1997. In fact, if you didn't have one dangling from your backpack or belt loop, were you even part of the 90s Cool Club? Let's talk about that McDonald's twist on the trend, the Tamagotchi keychains. Imagine being all hyped up, thinking you're about to hatch your very own pet, only to crack open that egg-shaped container and find another egg-shaped thing. Surprise! It's a mini Tamagotchi keychain. The disappointment. For sure, they were cute and all, but where were we supposed to put them? They were just like those toys you got for Christmas that were cool for about 5 minutes before you realized they were just collecting dust on your shelf. And let's not forget the sheer heartbreak of thinking you were about to experience the happiest moments, only to end up with a keychain that had nowhere to go. Thanks to McDonald's for giving us something to cherish for a whole 2 seconds before reality set in. Number 2. McDonald's Despicable Me Minions. Those little yellow dudes from Despicable Me. You know, the ones who speak their own adorable gibberish and cause mischief wherever they go. Now, when McDonald's announced they were teaming up with these troublemakers for Happy Meal toys in 2017, kids were pumped. Even me. Who wouldn't want their own miniature minion, right? But McDonald's managed to make them, well, boring. Sure, they had the trademark yellow skin and those big goggle eyes, but something was missing. Maybe it was the lack of personality. Or perhaps it was just the overall blandness of the design. Whatever it was, these minions left me feeling more disappointed than a kid who drops their ice cream cone. Number 1. Little Mermaid's figurines. The all-time famous Little Mermaid Ariel and her friends are supposed to be underwater creatures, right? Then tell me why McDonald's turned them into unsinkable figures. Seriously, McDonald's, what were you thinking with these Little Mermaid figurines? They were a hot mess. Instead of shiny gold, they looked like they got dipped in some sad bronze paint. And don't even get me started on Ariel and her underwater crew all looking like they spent too much time in a tanning bed. And then there's the inconsistency. Some had moving parts, others didn't. Were the creators even on the same page? Who knows? But if you could actually figure out what they were supposed to be, props to you. So, which Happy Meal toy did you regret buying the most?